Most people don't hang art too high by accident. They hang it high because they truly believe that's what a room, a space, needs in order to feel elevated. And I don't mean height. What actually happens is something very different. Let's get right into this. Talking about something different. I won't be decorating in this moment, but this is a conversation that is much needed and must be had, and we could talk about it more in the comment section. So please leave your comment and what your thoughts are on this. Now, this is going to be a little bit touchy for some. It may touch you not in a good way. For some, it may be that thing that you needed to hear, that information to change your perspective and understand the why, the context that is going to be given here in this moment that will help you to make this make sense. At least that is what my thinking is in this moment. This is in regards to your wall art, wall hangings, mirrors, your artwork in your homes, specifically in our homes, our spaces. So this came about when I was working with someone at their home. I told her that I was going to address this. And we were hanging some wall art. And during that hanging process, I went to the wall to place it on the wall to show her what it would look like. And we were standing, she stood back to look at it, and we started the process. And so I'm holding it up at the level that I believe is the correct height. And she says, higher. And I said, okay. And she says, higher. And I said, higher. And she says, higher, keep going. Now, I know I'm a bit height challenged, but I'm not that challenged in height. I'm not the average height of what most people are, but she wanted me to go higher. Now, I know in my head, this is correct height for what I know to be in design and decorating, but she wanted it to go higher. So by that point, we were nearly at probably 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet from the ceiling. It wasn't a super large piece of wall art that would come down far enough for it to be at the level that it should be, but she wanted it higher. So in that moment, I stopped, I paused, I brought the artwork down, I turned and looked at her, and she said, what? And she said, is this not okay? Is this not right? And she says, I know you've mentioned something before. And so I said, let's have a little conversation here as to why you believe the art should be this high up in your space when you have average height ceilings. Even if you don't have average height ceilings, we're going to make this a discussion on today. So let's get started. So let me start out by saying there is a reason and there is history behind the hanging of wall art or art wall hangings elevated in spaces. And I mean height when I say elevated, not in value, but also for that reason, also going forward in this instance. In past history and in still in some places, art was hung high and elevated for a specific purpose. So stay with me now through this video. I really want to bring this to the forefront for many of you out there. So let's think in government buildings and in churches. The artwork was hung higher in those spaces because these places were not designated as dwelling places, places where you would live on the daily, your daily life, places where your family would reside, your home. If you've ever visited, and if you think back to some of these places, art and mirrors were hung high. They were elevated on the wall. If you think back, art was simply used to signify in those places, well, is used to signify, especially then, as well as beauty, to signify significance. The significance was to produce authority, to signify power, to signify status. So stay with me as I'm saying here. It was hung elevated to remind people of who the people were maybe in these pieces of art, places, value, who was in charge maybe at that time. Think back about or if you've been in any old churches, and I mean century old churches. So for many years, founders, other ministers, bishops, and whatnot, their not art, but their photographs were usually hung maybe along the foyer, the entrance, and they were usually hung in beautiful ornate frames, and they were hung very high. They were meant for you to stand back and to actually gaze at, gaze at and up, maybe even read about that particular person at that particular time for that particular establishment. And it was done this way, designed this way, because it was meant for you to look up, which also created the distance. And that was the whole point. Just like when you go into a building, they may have the owner, company, or whatever in that building, and the artwork is displayed, that person's photograph is displayed, but it's usually elevated, and that is usually to signify power and authority. So I mentioned in churches and founders' portraits, and also the art was meant to cause you to, another thing, look up, especially like in the churches, towards the heaven. And especially when you think about old churches and buildings and such as that, the art also belongs to, is situated with the architecture of that place, that building. The spaces for that building are designed for those particular art pieces and why they are elevated. They're not spaces that are considered dwelling places, which is the point that I'm trying to make here. And that is the major point here that actually matters. These establishments, these businesses, these places are not dwelling places. They're not places where you reside, the places where you live, the places where you function on the daily. So again, stick with me here on this. I'm trying to convey this in the most natural way that I can to make you think about places you've been and what you saw and now, and then placing yourself inside of your home. So continue to stick with me here. So now to say we're back. We're in the home. We're away from the building, back in the home. Let's bring back all that information that I just said, and we're remembering talked about the churches, the museums, the estates, the large estates, the art galleries, and bringing that forward into the here and now in our spaces, our actual home. Taking from those visual cues from those places to the home, which is what has been done residential dwelling places. That makes sense? You've taken those visual cues from those places and you've brought them into your home. So the why here. So the placement, meaning the art, the wall hangings, the language that is speaking. This is a part of why it all matters. The why. The reasoning here just doesn't align, in other words, when you take those things and bring it into your home. People have taken this notion, this very notion, because it was in the past, just like things we do in life. We bring those past things into our life, not even knowing why we're bringing them into our life. Thinking that presence is authority, power, refinement, elevation, grandeur, expensive, believing it still meant that. Actually, I don't want you to feel disconnected saying that your art does not matter, that it's not grand and it's not beautiful and all of those things. Yes, your art does matter. But again, the reasoning in this place, in the place, does not align with that. So there has to be a shift from there to your home, your actual dwelling place. Stay with me now. Stay with me. Looking at your home, you sit near your furniture. Your furniture sits near to your walls. And most significant thing here is we actually live in our homes. That's why we sit next to our walls and our windows and things like that. We actually experience our homes on a daily basis, not like in these places like the art museums and things like that. So the major takeaway here is we experience life basically in our homes at eye level. We don't experience life in our homes looking up. Staying with this notion of being in our homes rather than in a building uh, a gallery or a huge cathedral of some sort. We actually connect to our spaces in our homes. In those places, you weren't meant to form a connection. You were meant to go in and experience that place and then to leave it. But in your home, yes, you go to work, but you live there each and every day, day in and day out. So when you're hanging your wall art in your home high and it is looking down low at you, you're bringing from that environment into your home, and that was never meant to be done. Maybe you just didn't know why. But this is the why. That's why I've explained this. And that's why it does not translate basically into your home from those places. I hope this is connecting. I'm trying to lay this down to you or to hit you with it as softly as possible. Now, when we actually look at the art, and I'll give you some examples here during the video, what it does when your art is up here and you're down here looking at it in your home, it creates a separation. The distance does not match between the objects. Your neck is out of alignment. Should definitely be an off moment for you. It doesn't look elegant. It really doesn't look grand as you think, because it's already grand if it's a nice sized piece of art. It's just creating a distance and a disconnect. There is no connection with the furniture. Think about a sideboard, a credenza, and you have a mirror above it. What is it reflecting? Are you going to see anything about you? Is it even reflecting the light at that point? In your home, the point of having things in your home is so you can form a connection. You want the things, the items near to you because you want to associate with it, right? So whomever is in the space, you create connection, like your photos on the tables, you create a connection with. Art itself, wall hanging itself is not wrong. That's not what I'm trying to convey to you. So here's a thought here. That's just like when you walk in, or if you've ever walked into someone else's home and you felt a disconnect or something was off in that space. You couldn't quite put your finger on it, but you really could. But you wondered to yourself why. The home is well groomed, it's beautiful. Again, like I said before, the objects in the place is beautiful, but it's off because there is a disconnect there. And when you do this, the art is still speaking to or speaking the language of a vastly large building, and it was never meant to be lived in. Again, this is not to convey right or wrong. I am here to convey to you the environment buildings are done for. They're designed in their vastness. And also, like I said, with the art and photographs that may be there for authority. Height makes sense. Homes, on the other hand, they're designed for dwellings, for living in and forming connections, most of all. We experience our homes at eye level. So stand back in your space. That can be your assignment for now, if that's the way you want to look at it, or something to ponder on so that you can think about this when you look up at your art. Stand back in your space. Think about how you enter your space, how you interact in your space with everyone in the space and the things in your space. It's typically at eye level. This, we don't walk around with our head in the sky. Well, some people may do, but that's a whole nother video. And that's okay if that's you. When you bring it down, it will feel much more intentional. It will have the beauty in the space that you want to bring in and that you deserve to see in your home. Because if you purchased it, you want to look at it, you want to view it, you want to connect with it because you chose it for a purpose, to connect with it. That's why you brought it home. You wanted to connect with that art. So lastly here, I don't want you to think this is a failure or it's a right and a wrong, but I want you to take this as a evolution. You're evolving. And what we know about evolving is you're coming to an understanding, basically life, just like life. When you evolve, you go from growth to growing, and a turning point, which is like a whisper of wisdom. Evolving supports life. That is what your home does. It supports life. And your artwork should meet you in your home where you are, where you live, and connect. You don't live in the ceiling. You don't live in the ceiling, and you don't live in the attic. So go in peace, my dears. And now you can hopefully understand, start to really enjoy all of the wall decor that you may have in your space and the why. This has been Chanel. As always, stay inspired, motivated, and moving, creating something beautiful. If not for yourself, then definitely for someone else. And I'll see you all for the next one. Bye for now.